Let's start off with the most underrated one in the list, which is Anchor Panic. Anchor Panic is a 3D turn-based tactical RPG set in a sci-fi world recovering from an alien invasion, and honestly, it's kind of like a mixed bag in this one. The core gameplay is standard turn-based strategy. You control up to 5 operators with unique skills, and the graphics are genuinely good with smooth animations and decent particle effects, almost Switch level quality, and the character designs are pretty solid if you are into the whole waifu aesthetics. This is a waifu collector, okay? This game also has this kind of dorm customization system that lets you design your own space, which is really good. More customization to the player means more playtime. And what I like about this game is that the visuals, like I said, the visuals are so good, they are strong. And this game also has a PC client, so that is really good. And it is relatively free-to-play friendly with, decent rewards, and the combat has potential. But here is what I don't like about the game. It gets stale incredibly fast, okay? Combat has almost no active engagement, so might as well be an idle game, right? This is just auto stuff. But I do like it. Not gonna lie, I do like it, but I do want more combat depth to the gameplay. And progression hits a power creep wall pretty early, which is not good. And while there are lots of things to upgrade, the lack of something like auto skip, or sweep function, makes it feel like a chore to play. Like I said, it's free to play friendly, that you can progress without spending, which is good. But the tedious leveling and resource grind tied to stamina is also not that many, means that you are constantly waiting. But you gotta remember, this game launched recently, so there is potential for improvement. But as of right now, it is a visually appealing turn-based RPG with okay-ish combat. I do enjoy it most of the time, even with the terrible quality of life. So that's pretty much about Anchor Panic. And do I recommend this? Yeah, sure. Try it out. I mean, it is a fun waifu collector game, so give it a go. Why not? It's gonna be Grimguard Tactics Fantasy RPG. Now, I think this is the only non-anime one in this list. So this is a turn-based tactical RPG that understands the fundamentals but struggles to elevate itself beyond mobile game conventions. Now, the grid-based combat system offers legitimate tactical depth, positioning matters, synergies between heroes create genuinely good moments, and the challenge is actually pretty good in this one. But it is all dragged down by the usual free-to-play bullshit. And the rewards in this game is horrible. Now, the art direction though, visually, it is solid, it is good. Character designs, they all have personality. It's not trying to be like Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, nothing like that. This is not an anime RPG, so I freaking love this one. And there's a proper campaign here if you can undermine all the monetization. I think this one is a good tactical gameplay. Just have this free-to-play business model that is quite anti-consumer for everyone. I mean, if you are looking for a new turn-based tactics that is not anime, I think this one is for you. And if you can ignore the monetization, then it is a super good game. But just be wary when playing this game. Maybe you will not like it when they update some nasty monetization. So yeah, it's a pretty good game. I do recommend it, and it is quite fun. Next is SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Now, I've said this many times in my video. This is just a fan service, true and true, for the Gundam community. The gameplay is basically the same thing as all the other SD Gundam. They are not trying to be innovative. They are not trying to be something else. It's just proper SD Gundam game. There are 3 classes in this game: DPS, sub-DPS, and tanks. And of course, a healer. Honestly, I don't think that really matters a lot in this game. Attack animations are absurdly overproduced for a mobile game. I think this is very good, and the story mode is there from all the Gundam timelines, which is good. And here's what makes this one very interesting. You can craft and develop units instead of, pulling on gachas, right? I know it is grindy and gacha suits will always be stronger, but free-to-play is really doable in this one. Actually, some of the lower tier units are actually stronger than the UR unit in this game, which means the 5-star of this game. I mean, this game is not perfect. I mean, nothing is, right? This game is really grindy, but it's really good in some ways, And for a gacha game, for a tactic gacha game, this one is really good, especially the fan service, man. Everything, man. Strike Freedom, Freedom Gundam, Exia, what else? I forgot the name. Witch of Mercury, right? Everything is here and it's just a fan service. I love it. And I have to say, man, this game is the best Gundam gacha game to date. The most underrated gacha game in the market probably is Morimans. Morimans is a roguelite deck builder that's somehow also a gacha game. And against all odds, it doesn't completely hate you. Built on Slay the Spire foundations with Chutlu aesthetics and genuinely challenging strategic depth, it asks you to think every time you play this game. There is no auto battling, so yes, you gotta think and you gotta play this game. Each character has 5 unique cards, plus an ultimate. You build teams of 4 and run Slayer on card modifiers and negative symptoms that force actual tactical decisions. The art in this game is absolutely gorgeous. It has this eerie dark vibe and yet it has this reverse 1999 vibe to it too, so I think that is pretty cool. And the monetization is super generous for a gacha. You get thousands of free summons, character selectors, and apparently no characters are genuinely useless in this game. Even the lower tier one, they work most of the time. The only problem this game has is not enough player base. It is an indie game, so I do think that this is gonna have an EOS soon if they don't have any investors for this game. So just keep that in mind. And the English translation is pure AI, obviously. They even said it in the title screen that the English sub is AI generated. And PvP actually exists in this one, but I think nobody cares about that. So yeah, this game is a hidden gem for sure. It is on Steam. It is super good. There's actually nothing bad about this game if you think about it. I think the only problem is, like I said, the AI translation, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, Morimans on Steam. It is a fun little gacha game and very generous, and I know most of you guys will love this game a lot. So the next is Reverse 1999. This game is actually super solid for a gacha game. It's a card-based tactical stuff where you merge same type of cards to level them up. Stack 2 1-star cards into 2-star, combine those two into a 3-star nuke. Sounds simple, but it forces you to think about turn economy and card positioning instead of just mashing buttons. There is no auto battle in some cases, which is both good and bad at the same time, right? Problem is, early game is super easy in this game, so you will not feel the tactical crunch until later chapters. The gacha is surprisingly fair in this game. Decent rates, free-to-play friendly, and no characters are genuinely useless, so you can just use whatever you want to build your team. No PvP, which is good because competitive gacha is usually garbage and pay to win, but it kind of also means that there's not much to do once you've caught up. The gameplay loop is super simple, play the story, hit difficulty spike, grind materials, upgrade team, and repeat. It is engaging when it is, challenging enough, like new content is very challenging, but the lack of variety means you will either love the core combat enough to stick around or bounce after a few weeks. So that's pretty much about Reverse 1999. It is a super good game, I do recommend it, and it is on Steam, so you have that convenience, and try it out yourself. Girls Online 2 Exilium. Now, I've said this many times, I still like this game, I still play it every day, so that is why I'm still recommending this game to you guys. So GF2 is an XCOM style tactics, grid-based combat with cover mechanics, flanking, environmental shit, but all attacks in this game are guaranteed to hit, so you are not wasting turns on accuracy or RNG bullshit. Maps are a bit smaller in this game, so you are not going through fuck all nowhere in this game. The class system is solid, there's tank, burst damage, DPS, sub DPS, and supports, with weapon and element types adding depth to the gameplay. Strategy actually fucking matters in this game, surprisingly. You cannot autoplay harder content even though you are maxed out, but the auto mode is quite nice actually for smaller mobs. Early game is super easy, man. Tactical depth doesn't really matter until later on, but the grind in this game is quite brutal. Obviously, this is a gacha game, right? You know, there's resources for leveling, gear upgrades, skill enhancement, yada yada yada, and it is locked behind your main character. I mean, you, the summoner, or the whatever it is you want to call it. So yeah, the character level is locked behind your level. Okay, that is not good in my opinion. And for the gacha, honestly, like for the character banners, it is free to play friendly, it is reasonable. I mean, you get a lot of rewards, but the monetization, man, holy shit. And this is why it is getting mixed reviews on Steam alone, because you know, there's gacha, $20 skins, limited time FOMO, all that shit, like battle passes, and the new one, gacha skins. Like, what the fuck? Basically spending hundreds of dollars just to get a skin. How is that even reasonable? So that is why it is sitting on mixed reviews on Steam. Graphics, they are gorgeous, man. It runs well, and the core tactical gameplay is really good if you don't care about the monetization and just care about the gameplay alone and just casually play this game. I think it is worth playing. For me at least, the visual in this game is the best in the market, even better than Wuthering Waves alone in my opinion. People always say that this game is dog shit, this game is not recommended, but you gotta think, man, okay? They are saying that because of the monetization alone, but what does it have to do with the gameplay, right? It doesn't affect the gameplay, like in most cases, Honkai Star Rail for example. It doesn't have any HP inflation. There is a strategy to this game. You cannot just auto everything. So why not play this game? Why is it not recommended? Just because of the monetization? I mean, if they are trying to change the gameplay like HP inflation, power creep, progression block with a lot of this gacha bullshit, right? I mean, your gameplay is tied to the gacha, like in Honkai Star Rail, then it is not recommended. Still has a good gameplay, still has a good gacha, I mean characters, still no power creep, no HP inflation, no whatever it is, so the gameplay itself is not predatory. It is free to play friendly, you still get a lot of rewards, it's just that the monetization is quite a dum-dum in this one. So yeah, for me, I still recommend it. Try it out yourself. It is still pretty good. Visuals nice, gameplay's nice. So that's pretty much about Girls Frontline 2. Persona 5 The Phantom X. I think this is the best gacha spin-off games in the market. Gameplay is basic turn-based combat, and if you have played Persona, the turn-based combat is fucking excellent. With team composition depth, role flexibility, I'll get into that later on, and proper Persona fusion like in most Persona games. Dungeons have puzzles, unique palace themes, loot, boss fights, and it does feel like an actual Persona game. Social links are here as synergy links. I don't know why they call it that, but it doesn't really matter that much, honestly. There's part-time jobs, stat raising like your intelligence and, you know, empathy, whatever it is. All that live sim stuff is still intact in this game. Story is pretty okay for a Persona game. I mean, it is quite similar to Persona 5 Royale for the first one, and characters in this game are very likable, and the soundtrack, oh my god, OSTs in Persona games, they're always good. But here's the problem about this game. Again, it is a gacha game, and you gotta know the history of the global version of this game is that in patch 1.1, again, no redemption code, but the recent patches, they fix all of that, and they've been getting a good review. Just play this with, you know, a bit of a salt here and there, okay? Do not trust Atlas, I mean the publisher Sega, for the global version of this game. Just play it free. I don't think you need to pay anything in this game because, again, it is a very free to play friendly in its core. What I mean by this is that your main character of this game can be anything you want. He can be a healer, he can be a sub DPS, a DPS, a tank, whatever it is to suit your team. And this game is legitimately fun if you love Persona or you just love turn-based combat. Look, Persona 5 Royale is still gonna be the superior product of this franchise, but you gotta think about this, man. Even though it is on sale, like, it is still fucking expensive. And most people, right? Most people don't have the money to buy the game. So I think Persona 5 The Phantom X is a really great start to experience what Persona 5 is and what the hype is all about for all the Persona games that people have been talking about. But I can guarantee, if you have never played Persona 5 Royale, and if you have the money to buy Persona 5 Royale, please do yourself a favor, buy the game, do not play this one. I mean, don't even look at this one, just play Persona 5 Royal. That's pretty much it. It is Brown Dust 2. I know you all love this game and so do I. Brown Dust 2 is a turn-based tactical RPG with this grid-based combat that's really unique. Okay, characters have different skill ranges and you can push enemies to set up combos and whatever it is such an amazing experience. What makes this game genuinely free-to-play friendly for PvE is the contract system in this game. You can recruit characters outside of Gacha entirely through contracts earned from events and passes. There's also an infinite draw where you reroll a guaranteed 5-star character and weapon as many times as you want. So this is for the new player experience, which is really good. So no need to fucking re-roll everything again. The devs in this game, they are incredibly generous with currency. You know, free daily draws on event banners, lots of diamonds from stories, I mean in-game currencies, and the game showers you with pulls, many pulls, okay? For PvE content, you can clear mostly everything without spending any money. Story is good and voice acting is really good in this one. Dailies maybe take up 5 to 10 minutes and the 2D graphics are console quality, man. And of course, the fan service is top tier quality. But here's the problem. PvP. PvP is a pay to win. Oh my god, a pay to win hell. I mean, it is PvP for a reason, right? Free-to-play players get absolutely stomped in endgame PvP. So yeah, just keep that in mind for, you know, tackling PvP in this game. But I mean, it's just the PvP that's bad. Everything else is good in this game, like the contract system, generous currency, infinite draw, amazing graphics, genuinely a pretty unique combat system. The good outweighs the bad. If you're playing this for the story and PvE, it's one of the most free-to-play friendly gacha games out there. Do not touch the PvP, just play the PvE and you will have a ton of fun playing this game. Number 2, we have Epic 7. Yes, this is one of my favorite games or gacha games of all time. And what I really like about Epic 7 is how satisfying the combat feels once you start building proper teams for hunts, worlds, PvP even, yeah. And the animations are slick, skills hit very hard, it is impactful. And I just freaking love the speed tuning, you know, debuffs, all the debuffs landing. It feels good, you know, it feels really good. There is lots of content that actually tests your builds, you know, like Abyss, the Baron, Hunt stages, and like I said, PvP. That is pretty fun when you are not getting clapped by whales. But in PvP, for free-to-play players at least, you can get into the higher ranks for a bit, you know, not super high rank, and yeah, I mean, it is pretty good. But the real thing is the gear grind in this game. Yes, it is as painful as it is. Landing that perfect piece with 4 god rolls is basically gambling with stats. And I keep coming back for more even though I hate it. As a free-to-play player, the game is doable, but not as easy as you might think. You get decent bookmarks and resources from events and dailies, and of course, rewards. So I think that is pretty good for Epic 7, giving us all the rewards for us new players to catch up with all the content. And of course, limited banners feel quite manageable if you want to get the character. The problem is the Moonlight Gacha, which is where most of the strongest units are. Drop rates are brutal, there's no real pity. Yeah, you could argue that it is a bit paid to win, but then again, Epic 7 will give us so many rewards, even for the Moonlight summons. And as a free-to-play player, I could not complain because I have so many Moonlight characters for playing this for over 2 years. But with patience, you can build a solid team without spending any money. Yeah, of course it is grindy as hell. Well, what do you expect? It is a gacha game, but it's got just enough to get you to the next stage. And if you complain about grinding, man, you don't know how hard it was for old guys like us to grind equipment for one equipment in an MMORPG without autoplay, so stop bitching about this. Epic 7, I do recommend it till this day. Quality of life is good, gameplay is good, your classic turn-based RPG, what's not to love about that. PvP is very competitive, yet you can still participate as a competitive player if you are going free to play. So I think that is pretty good. People are always complaining about this, oh my god, whales will be always at the top. Yeah, obviously, because they are paying money to the game. So stop bitching about it. This is a very good game. It is very recommended, and try it yourself, and I can guarantee if you like anime, you will love this game. And in my number 1 is the recent release of Chaos Zero Nightmare. Man, the core combat is brilliant in this game. Party synergy, character specialization, and mixing cards with your partners creates layered dynamics combat where every card you play fucking matters. First of all, you start each turn drawing 5 cards from your deck and get 3 AP to work with. Basically like MP that you use to attack. And in this game, you are constantly weighing whether to attack, buff, or even draw more or just go to the next step. The deck mixes all 3 of your combatants' cards together, so you are building combos on the fly with genuine Slay the Spire inspired depth, which is really good, and you can only get this gameplay in a paid game. So this game, free to play, full of strategy, deck building, whatever you want to call this game, right? And it is turn-based. Oh my god, this game is so good. And what makes it more interesting is the mental stress system. Your agents accumulate stress from damage or diving deep into corrupted areas, and when they snap, they lose a third of the team's max HP. Yes, in this game, your HP is combined together, which is really cool, right? And their cards turn into useless mental stress cards. And there's another thing about this game is the chaos, right? Chaos is like this roguelike dungeon of this game because this is a roguelike game. So everyone has purpose beyond just playing the game and not just mindlessly grinding. I freaking love the horror aspects of this game. The cast and the story are pretty okay, not my cup of tea honestly. But man, aesthetics, the horror, the theme of this game, whew, so sexy, so sexy. With fleshed out character dynamics and dialogue that doesn't just revolve around the protagonist, which is really cool. But of course, there is something that I also don't like about this game. The progression system, oh my goodness, the progression system. It's basically just copy and paste from Honkai Star Rail. I mean, if you like Honkai Star Rail's progression system, then good, yeah. I think this will just suit you, you know, with different gameplay and the same progression as Honkai Star Rail. Why not, right? If you like that kind of shit. And of course, the quality of life, well, this is a fairly new game, so the quality of life is pretty dog shit. There's no autoplay in most modes, and when it exists, it's fucking terrible, making just random decisions that will just wipe your team out. I mean, it is decent, but not as good as, I don't know, like Girls from 9-2. Even Honkai Star Rail's auto mode is actually better, so yeah. And the Chaos mode, honestly, it needs some sort of autoplay just a bit, in my honest opinion. I know all of you are not agreeing with me on this one. Okay, you know, it's fine for a tactical game, you know, until you realize runs for Chaos Dungeon, runs take 20 to 30 minutes early on, but it can go up to like 45, even an hour, man. And as far as I know, you need to do it repeatedly just to upgrade or obtain more cards for your character in Chaos. Like I said, Chaos is where you obtain cards, gears for your characters. Your character have this like power system, so after each run you get more power-ups, and then you use that power-ups for other content. Mind you that this is different from all the upgrades, right? From your leveling up, it is different from that. From your relics, if you play Honkai Star Rail, from your equipment, it is very different from that. I mean, it has its own equipment, but it also has their own sets of equipment. I need to remind you that this is a mobile game. A mobile game, I think the only gameplay for a mobile game, it should be only for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, the longest. But in this case, you can go up to like 30 minutes or even an hour. Maybe some of you guys that plays on PC think that this is really good, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a mixed bag about this one, but all in all, this is a pretty good game, man. It's becoming a review as of right now. So this game, do I recommend it? Obviously, because this game is so good. In its core, the gameplay, really top notch. But I do feel like they are trying to copy hard for the progression from Honkai Star Rail, but the thing is that they don't have a good quality of life to support that many progressions or progression blocks, if you understand what I mean. But it can be fixed with patches, so hopefully they're gonna give us good stuff later down the road, especially a good quality of life. And for now, as it is, Chaos Zero Nightmare is really good. So I do recommend you try this game out. It is on PC and it is on mobile, so Chaos Zero Nightmare, try it out. freaking love the game, and it is a pretty good fucking game.